Welcome to this video. Today we're going to take a look at installing the Magicycle controller skid plate. First step we have to do is remove the controller screws. There's two screws, one at the top and one at the bottom. This bottom screw is down here right in between all these wires, so you'll want to carefully get through to that screw that you can see back in there and take it loose. So you spread those wires, which are going to be stiff, so you're going to have to push on them a little bit. And then get your 4mm Allen wrench or hex key wrench in there and take that screw out. It's winter here now, so this sound that you hear in the background is my heater going, and I'm actually heating up this plastic piece so it'll bend more easily. Don't forget to clean up your controller and all this area here behind where you're about to put the guard or shield on, as it'll be harder to get to once that's in place. So I want to at least start off clean. So after removing those screws and cleaning the area, looking at the old screws, I noticed that there was some blue on them, which is a thread locker. The new screws did not have any, so I'm using some Loctite removable thread lockers. So this stuff could still be removed in the future, and just putting a little bit of that on each one of these. So you will have to put these spacers out here in the front to hold the shield out in front of the controller. This back one, as I said, the cables are really tight there, so you may want to press that into place and kind of make sure it's going to stay there before you get the whole thing turned upwards and start connecting it. So if you're doing this during the winter, it'll definitely help to pre-warm this plastic and make it more flexible. Let's go put this in place now. All right, I'm going to try to record this as best as I can. We take these bolts that we've put the Loctite on. You're going to have a washer under the head of the bolt. You're going to stick it through this. Stick it through the spacer, line this all up, and start your bolt into place. Where you can almost use a third hand, but it does start pretty easily. Use your hex Allen, that's the 4mm, to tighten this up. Well, I managed to pick up the wrong one. No, in fact, the new bolts are not the same size Allen or hex Allen, hex key as the last one. So let's find the right size that fits. Smaller than a 4, let's try the 3mm. There we go. Looks like that is going to be the 3 that you need to tighten up the new longer bolts with. Now this bottom one, I am envisioning difficulties because of the wires around it. Let's see how it goes. Again, we've got the washer under the head of the bolt. Put it through the guard, put it through your spacer, and see if you can get that started into the hole. It'd be easier, of course, if you had a bike stand or could even flip your bike over on it, put it up higher where you can work on it. Unfortunately, I don't, so I'm confined to working on this from the floor. All right, snug those up with the Loctite or the thread locker on those bolts. If you don't have that, I'm sure you could still assemble it. You might just want to keep a close eye on it to make sure that it's going to stay in place. See, this is pretty flexible now. I'll be able to flex it up underneath the bottom here. Let me show you a closer picture of that, and we'll put the cable ties in place. So here's a picture up underneath. You're going to bend this upward like this and prepare to cable tie it through these 2 holes on each side around the frame. Here we've got a better view of it from the top. You can see how I've bent the plastic upward, put the cable ties in. Now I'm putting the cable tie attachments up here at the top towards the center, that if you put them on the bottom sticking out and you scrape anything, it's more likely to break your cable tie and have it come loose. So I've got one on each side. They have sent, it looks like a total of 5 cable ties. I'm gonna go ahead and put an additional one on each side because feels like it needs it. With that all securely cable tied in place, I will get my snips and cut off those tails. There we go. I used these to cut off the tails of the cable ties, and we are complete. It is in place, looks great. It also is going to protect the wires here as well as your controller. Has these extra cushions at the bottom, so if you hit something, helps support it. without crushing any of your wires. That is the controller protector installed. If you like this video and would like to see more, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks.